Hey, what's up? It's Chris here from Chris's Sci-Fi Reactions. Today we're back with another Smallville. I know it's been quite some time since the last Smallville, so just to put it in context, I hope you had a good Christmas, good New Year, and Happy Easter. Hopefully we should be getting out these Smallville episodes, at least one every 3 weeks, maybe more, depending on scheduling. Last episode was the one about the young woman who started having to suck up fat to keep herself alive. Not the best episode, but yeah, I don't think there's much to be said about that episode. We were introduced to the actor who played a character, one of the main characters in Terminator 2. I'm looking forward to seeing how his character develops with working with Lex and studying the meteorites, kryptonite. Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to getting back into this, see how this season develops, and yeah. Depending on scheduling, Smallville may change. It all depends on that. The full uncut unedited reaction is available on Patreon, listed in the description below, as well as my social media accounts, Twitter and Facebook. And without further ado, let's just get straight on into this.
Son of a gun!
What else? Oh, don't use the upstairs bathroom. It's backed up. I have to snake the pipes.
Where's the leftover piece? Earl! What are you doing here?
I need to see Lionel Luther. I know he's here.
Sorry, man. You know I can't let you in.
They did something to me at his plant in Smallville.
Earl, see, that's the talk that got yourself canned. All right? Now, if you got a problem, get some help.
Okay, so
They can't do anything.
Lionel Luther's
Getting
behind
worse.
this.
Please.
Earl, don't make me call security, all right? Just go home and dry off. Earl?
What the hell are you doing, Earl?
So was he born? I wonder if he was born with these
No.
superpowers.
We gotta get you to a doctor.
No, they can't do anything. Nobody can.
Oh, jeez, let him go. Oh. Oh, snap of the neck. Damn. Could you be charged for murder for that? Or negligent homicide? Or manslaughter, maybe?
Do my ears deceive me, or is Clark Kent actually suggesting a party?
Small gathering. You guys, you other people, maybe Lana.
With or without her posable action figure boyfriend?
8 o'clock. And remember, the key word is small.
Something tells me it's not going to be small.
We have to trust him, Martha.
I do, but I still worry.
I know.
Not sure you're going to trust him if you find out about this party.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
But I didn't move to Smallville for action and glamour. I moved because a certain man told me we'd never be rich or travel the world, but he'd always love me. How could I pass up an offer like that?
It's a nice story.
Come on, can we talk outside?
Oh, Mom.
Gossip time?
Lana, what's going on?
I told you when we got back together that I needed some breathing room.
So you sneak off to a party without me?
I didn't sneak.
And Whitney is
walked.
really
Why are
insecure.
you mad at me?
Said it's a good way to impress women.
Yeah, we're all a sucker for a guy with a six string. How come I've never heard you play?
I kept snapping the guitar strings.
think Earl got sick of replacing them.
You know, just because you spend a lot of time with someone doesn't mean you know their darkest secrets.
I'm a friend of Earl's. Is he in some kind of trouble?
Oh, yeah.
Jeez, that's gotta hurt. Oh, man, if that wasn't Clark, you know, that could have killed a person, or at least seriously injured him. If the glass, you know, would go in through an artery, you could bleed to death.
Because when I got near him, I got sick. It was weird.
And it's funny that
Every time I stood
Clark's
next to
mum
him,
in
it got
this
worse. It
was
kinda
on
like-
Superman 3.
Like
and
what?
played Lana.
It's kind of like the way I feel around meteor friends.
This long. Here. Take a look at the x-rays. It looks like he's got some sort of mineral poisoning, but it's not from any mineral I've seen before.
Is that why he's shaking so hard?
Tiny fragments of the mineral are embedded under his skin.
Okay,
His
so
body is
it's
slowly trying to push them
meteor
out.
rock.
How did they get in there?
Kryptonite.
He claims there was an explosion at the Luthor plant 6 months ago.
I don't remember hearing anything about that.
That's because it didn't happen. I pulled the plant's safety records, I checked with OSHA and the EPA.
It's
Doc,
a
I
legal
wanna talk to
requirement, isn't it, in
Better hurry
the
up.
US to
Metropolis
report
PD will be
any
any minute to
accidents
transfer
like
into
that,
custody.
workplace accidents?
The next thing I know, they shut it.
All right, people, let's stay together.
No! No! This can't be happening. Where is it? Where is it?
What these two in? This is good. Come on. We'll check on Derek and Jeff for you. All right, what's going on here?
There's a lunatic inside demanding to be taken to some place called Level 3. We've managed to evacuate the plant, but he's taken the students hostage.
Is anyone hurt?
Not yet.
What's his name?
Earl Jenkins.
I know Earl Jenkins. He used to work for us.
Well, what's he doing in my plant?
Well, he claims that Luthor Corp is doing some crop experiments on some secret Level 3, and that's what made him sick. Now, he's convinced that it's the only place he can get a cure.
Well, we've got a serious problem because there is no Level 3.
I believe Lex, but I think he just hasn't been told by his father.
Where's Clark?
Don't
Can we focus on what's important? We've got innocent kids in there.
This is Jonathan Kent. It's been a long time, but I never forget a face.
Okay, so those two know each other?
Come in personally.
I'd like to know more about that. Please don't spoil me,
He blames your plant for his
but
collision.
I hope they explore that more.
This Level 3 nonsense. I've assured everyone there is no Level 3. That is the truth, isn't it?
Of course it is.
His hesitation makes you realize that he's lying.
I'm going to...
See what you made me do.
Way to go, Dad. See, you haven't lost your touch.
Gas valve just broke. The whole place is gonna go up.
We need to do
Jeez.
something. I don't think that's a good idea.
Man's not. Two of us can take him. How about a Clark?
I can understand him, you know, he's a teenager, one bit impulsive. It's,
It's okay.
you know, he's impulsive,
Whitney.
but still, he should listen to logic.
Talking to your father, but he wouldn't listen to me.
I know the feeling.
Not sure that's the safest thing to do, Lex.
Earl, you say that everybody's been lying to you. I'm gonna tell you the truth. My father doesn't care about you.
Come on. Come on, come on!
Sir,
Hold on.
the gas pressure's beginning to drop.
How did that happen?
I have no idea.
Superman. Okay, so they turn the meteorites into a liquid, or use acid to make melt it down and then spray it?
Earl! Let's go back upstairs and talk about this.
It's all gone, Clark. How am I gonna get better if I don't know what poison?
I didn't know about this place.
Then it was slightly lied.
No, I didn't. I said level 3 wasn't on any plans. It wasn't. It's plausible deniability. What were you doing down there? Doesn't matter. It was a failure. We closed the door and moved on. You almost got me killed. No, you almost got yourself killed. It was your call, remember? I'll handle this.
So, Luther, what can you tell us about level 3?
Slime bag.
I think you're referring to a redundant storage area at the base of...
That's why my father and I have pledged to find Mr. Jenkins the best medical care possible. Here's a Luther
Nice
Corp
one,
employee.
Lex.
Here at Luther Corp, we always put family first. Isn't that right, Dad?
Good one, Lex.
The government is trying to shut you down.
No more questions, please. My son has been through quite an ordeal today.
Give him a screw you. That's well done, Lex. And you can see the difference between the affection the Lionel affection is very forced. That was a really good episode. I really did enjoy that. I just want to check something. Was it Hourglass that the last... Yeah, I'm sure that's the one. Hourglass would probably be my my first favourite episode, and this one probably is in second position. I'm going to give it an 8. Because it did a lot well. It really had me invested. I didn't feel like looking away every second just because I'm bored. This really had me invested. I enjoyed the actor who was playing Earl. He did a good job with that. Yeah, and Lex standing up at the end, also really good. Lionel Luthor, very much a sleazy scumbag, but his character's also good, but I do believe we haven't had enough of him yet. You know, we just haven't seen enough of him yet to determine whether his character is going to be good, or even if it is long-term, because he's not in the opening credits, so he may be an occasional guest appearance, or he may become a main one later on, I don't know. But certainly the dynamic between Lionel and Lex is interesting and could certainly be explored to a great degree. Yeah, the other characters didn't get all that much love in this episode. Lana, Pete, also Chloe, really didn't get that much attention this episode. I think there's a bit of a pity about Pete, because I honestly believe that his character out of all of them probably gets the least love. I think they could certainly do a better job with writing him into episodes, giving him more to do. At the moment, Pete feels a bit like a glorified extra. And I think it's just not the best. I think, like Lionel, you could do a lot more with Pete's character. But let's break it down anyway. We start off with Clark's parents, Jonathan and Martha, getting ready to go off to Metropolis for their anniversary. Clark gives them an anniversary card. We then come here to Metropolis, where we're introduced to a new character, Earl, who was coming in to see his child. I actually thought that during his shaking, they were going to kill the baby, which would have been absolutely dark as hell, but here we have Earl come to the Lionel Luthor's office. He's basically been fired. Then the guy that's working cleaning in there at the moment, basically Earl is shaking and literally snaps his neck. And then we have the party that's going on while Clark's parents are in Metropolis, and it is pretty out of control. Then we find that Lex arranged fireworks for Clark's party, saying, I really like Lex. I like his friendship with Clark. I think it will be really sad when Lex goes full on dark side, but at the moment I'm really enjoying his character, and I find it hard to determine what the pathway is to him becoming the Lex Luthor that is commonly known, the evil genius sort of villain against Superman. Here we have Martha and Jonathan in Metropolis on their date. We have Whitney come, who speaks to Lana, asking, why she come over here. Whitney is very insecure, especially when it comes to Clark. Here we have someone in the loft, which turns out to be Earl. He was really shaking. Then we're in the hospital. We find out that Earl's wanted for murder. I'm not sure he could be charged with murder. I think it would be manslaughter, but I could be wrong about that. It could be classified, I suppose, as negligent homicide. I just don't know. I don't know the justice system, either the American or even the Australian justice system, well enough to make that determination. When he's shaking, he ends up hitting Clark through the window. Most likely when his hands, changed earlier on, he seems to have some sort of kryptonite in his system. Clark returns home, ends up tidying up, but his parents are home and gets into trouble. He tells them about Earl. The doctor says that there's some sort of mineral underneath his skin, which is most probably the kryptonite. Jonathan made a smart decision here not to let Clark in there, because if he was to collapse in a hospital, that would be really bad. He speaks to Jonathan very much about it, what's going on there, that he was exposed to some sort of mineral. Here we have them transferring them to a different hospital. not sure that was the right thing to do. I'm not sure if someone has seizures like that, transferring him to a hospital. I mean, I never was transferred. I mean, I have epilepsy, and when I was younger, I used to have regular seizures, and they'd never transfer me to a another hospital. It would always be the same hospital that I would go to. Thankfully now, for the last 15 years or so, maybe a bit less than 15 years, I've practically been seizure free, so yeah. But obviously this Earl guy is having seizures that are way beyond any extreme seizure that an epileptic person could have, or, you know, someone with a brain injury. Here we have the sort of the business manager of the plant is the guy that was from the first episode of Stargate SG-1, called Children of the Gods, and then he was also in the last episode of Stargate SG-1 Season 1, and then I believe he made an appearance in the first episode. He was in a few different Stargate episodes. Obviously I'm only up to episode 3 of season 2 Stargate, so yeah, I don't know if he's in that more. Here we have them kidnapped, sort of, you know, taken hostage, I should say, the kids. Lex then lets Martha and Jonathan in. I suppose there are advantages of Clark's friendship. Then Clark gives Earl a map of the facility, and he accuses Clark of being just like everyone else, trying to lie to him. Here we find out that Lionel and Jonathan can't know each other. We didn't dive into that much more. Lionel then ends up speaking to Earl based on a request from Martha. He then grabs a pipe which releases the methane gas. Here we have Lionel, who looks a bit proud of Lex going in by himself. Lex says that his father doesn't care about him or anyone in that room, and that his PR team will just spin it. He said that Lex says that he'll take Earl to level 3. Lex tells Clark it's just in his mind. Lionel orders the blast doors, I'm guessing, closed. Here we find out that Clark found the entrance to level 3. Clark fixes the gas up. We're then introduced to level 3, but it's completely empty. Lex said he didn't know anything about this. Then Lex and Earl basically fall down after Earl has another seizure event, and Clark pulls him up. Lex is suspicious of how Clark did it, but obviously we're not diving more into that yet. And then Lionel said, you know, it's just plausible deniability. And then Lex really gives and screws Lionel over by saying we're going to help him. Which is well done, Lex. Okay, so that was my breakdown of this episode of Smallville called Jitters. Really enjoyed it. I'm going to give it an 8. Stick with an 8. I don't think there's much more to be said. If you enjoyed this reaction, don't forget to give it a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.